Hi everyone! Quick overview of my new orchestral template in 2023, because quite few things have changed and have developed since my last big, to be honest, insanely big template I've conceived some years ago, which by the way I used pretty much never, because it ended up being a never-ending process. The core of that template was the benefit of using Vienna Ensemble Pro, but then I bought Mac Studio with M1 chip, and some stuff have changed since then. For instance, working with my old Intel Mac, I used to gather up to 16 instruments inside one single instance of Contact in a so-called multi-output way, to reduce the amount of CPU power and so have a smooth workflow, avoiding clicks and pops and crashes, and an omnipresent OS X waiting icon. But the ARM Silicon M chip offers an enormous strength, speaking of CPU, so I ended up getting rid of both of Vienna Ensemble Pro and of that multi-output setting. When I open my orchestral template here in Logic, I have now a Contact instance per instrument, which by the way has been grayed out here by clicking the on-off track button while holding Alt Option key, the instrument being that way pretty much unloaded CPU, and RAM resources. I've realized that template following the tips of a couple of composers here on YouTube, namely Mattia, Chiappa and Heyde, and I think it's a good combination of the two. Some utility tracks here, both reference track where I usually load up here my audio reference track for composing, a click track, 1 and 2 sketch tracks, piano track, which is always on. I mean, if you control click the solo button here, you get this crossed S, and that means that if you mute all the other instruments, that track, the piano track with that crossed S, will be always on. You will be always playing the piano. A prelays folder, it collects all instruments which are not orchestral ones and don't need a pre-mixing process in terms of reverbs, equalizers, compressors. So we've got a synth folder, a cinematic folder, a strum folder, which gathers all guitars and basses, an ethnic folder, a jazz folder, a drums folder. Then we have the orchestral folder. For those instruments, like for the prelays ones, indeed, I have adopted an instrument-based graphic structure of subfolders, meaning, as you see, I got rid of orchestral sections subfolders. Like all woodwinds, brass, percussions, strings, I've realized the less graphic elements, items, and icons you populate your template, the best it is. I mean, at the end of the day, when you compose music, you usually need an instrument, right? I think you don't care about woodwind sections and other stuff. If you need a bassoon, you have to find your bassoon the most easy and fast way. So I've got a flute folder, a oboe folder, a clarinet folder, a bass clarinet, bassoon and contrabassoon folder, woodwinds runs, woodwinds phrases, woodwinds ensemble, sample modeling horns, sample modeling trumpets, horns, trumpet, bones, tubas and bass bone, brass ensemble, low perk, high perk, metals, tuned perk ensembles, epic trailer folder, epic trailer sound effects folder, orchestral ensemble, and here we have time macro, Albion, Project Sam, Symphobia 1, 2, Lumina, Run, and Phrases. Then we have the keys: harp, celeste, piano, organs, harpsichord, accordions, dulcimer, guitars, but I think I've forgotten to place this folder inside of the pre-release ones. I'll do as soon as possible. Choir, single voices. Then we have the strings, violins, violas, cellos, basses, strings runs, strings ensembles, strings effects, and last but not least, a folder containing all the orchestral section for Sam bouncing purposes: winds, sample modeling, brass, percussion, keys, strings, voices. Fun fact: one day I ended up wondering to myself, actually, why the hell I need to know the number of a particular track in my template? I mean, who really cares? So I got rid of track numbers here, as you don't see actually. Actually, I don't know really how many tracks I've squeezed up in my template. Let me see, just to be curious. Track numbers? That's just insane. Love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment sections here down below. If you're a new viewer to the channel, or a returning viewer, or never subscribed, hit subscribe button right now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.